we are live. Starting game number 2 at the bottom left side of the map, representing RoX.KiS. We got the purple Zerg. Can he make a comeback? We have live Zerg. His opponent starting off at the top right side of the map, representing Team Empire. Can he close out this point for Empire and get them that 1-0 lead they want? We have KaS. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Looks like we are on Daybreak. Very balanced map. Let's see what kind of version we're using. It looks like the GSL version. The middle of the map, we got only 6 mineral patches plus 1 gas. Same thing on the other side, of course. This is a symmetrical map. So it's not like one player. It's just like got the full mineral patch. You know, that's not balanced right there. But this is really neat to see. I definitely like the usage of this map, one of the more balanced maps. Definitely makes the Terran forcibly kind of take the third over here towards their vertical side versus horizontally towards the middle of the map near the Xel'Naga Tower. But, yeah, I mean, right now looks like KaS is just going to be playing very standard, getting that Rax up, his first Rax. Meanwhile, LiveZerg looking to get to play more of a macro game. Going to put down that 15 hatch. For those who didn't know, basically in Division 1A, RoX.KiS got 20 points, first place, and made it through all the way through their playoff bracket. Meanwhile, on the other side, Empire had also 20 points as well, getting their first place in Division 1B, working their way through the playoff also. But, I mean, for some people that don't know KaS is definitely one of the Russian fan favorite players in the world. Definitely for a lot of people know him as a little bit of a ladder hero. He basically has, I think, like 16,000 total career games in StarCraft on his account, if I'm not mistaken. It's an obnoxious number. Definitely a number I wish I had, but only have like a little under half of, sadly. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. It's huge numbers, and I think it was last season or the season before he had, I think, managed to get like 2,000 wins or 1,000 wins, 2,000 plus games. I need to double check that again. But just obnoxious gaming numbers, man. He grinds. Of all players in the StarCraft community, he's one of the biggest grinders. Plays a lot of games. But so always excited to see what he does, man. Just, I mean, the dude loves StarCraft, man. You can't deny that. Now, on LiveZerg's side, I don't know too much about him. Haven't seen a lot of his games or his play style, so hopefully this game will go into a little bit of a deeper game and we get to see some of his mechanics, some of his control, some of his ideas and style. But who knows? I mean, this is game 2. LiveZerg is down 0-1. We might see some sort of all-in, but no gas yet. Looks like he's just going to try to play a little bit more of a macro game, or maybe he's trying to fake out, wait until the SCV is gone, then take the gases. We should take the gases just a tiny bit later and try to go for some sort of all-in. Sorry, I kind of like glanced over to Twitch TV for a sec. My own player like shut down but came back up. Whatever. Alright, guys, looking back over at the main side, Factor getting added, Reactor getting added on, so very standard play. Now, this is very risky. As a Terran player myself, I always find this very risky. And again, KaS is one of the top European players, one of the top foreigners in the world, so he knows what he's doing, and I could never take that away. But that's always scary. When you don't have that wall up at the top of the ramp, or any sort of wall up at all, it is very scary, because any sort of speedling, rush, any sort of type of all-in just becomes so much more effective, because the Zerg player is able to run around so freely and become so versatile. The play of the Zerg really relies on just open ability to just kind of surround and get around where it needs to, especially with no walls to get in its way. Man, it's awesome. But as we see for KaS, we do have a third CC coming up. There it is, and reactor aliens are starting to pop out. Meanwhile, on the backside, double gas getting taken in the main by LiveZerg. So we actually, in fact, might see an all-in, or this might be basically a similar style that we saw last game, where he takes the double gas, this time in the main instead of the natural, and then goes for that third base. And there it is. Indeed, he is going for that third. Very interesting with that timing. I guess he wants to try to get a nice timing between speed and grabbing the third, be able to stay in a little bit of a defensive position, even though being more macro intensive. Sorry. Yeah. But here we go. Reactor Hellions are out on the map trying to move across. Going to pick off a couple lings that are hanging out. Never takes out. Oh, yeah, he does. Able to take the able to take the watchtower here at the main, and then it takes the Xel'Naga also here with one Marine. Reactor Hellions are going to stop coming out because he's actually going into tanks really quick. Wow, this is pretty fast by KiS. Looks like he's going to play that bio style again, potentially. I don't see any additions of any factories or additional barracks, but it looks like he actually might just go try to put on some pressure from 2 base with 1 barracks and 1 reactor. But good scouting coming up by LiveZerg, getting in there, checking out, sees what's going on, sees that there's a factory, sees that Marines are popping out, and that's going to maybe tee him off a little bit on what he wants to do. Now, no lings are out on the map yet. A couple are coming out. Well, we got a few, about 6 right here. Speed is not finished yet, so it's a little bit of a problem. KiS definitely getting a few good pot shots with the Hellions, getting some of that barbecue flames right on that 3rd hatchery. Again, not going to be able to take it down because Hellions don't do exactly that much damage. They just basically roast anything in the line, especially lings and workers. So looks like from LiveZerg, very similar style as we saw last game, going for the double upgrades, getting that 1-1, 3rd base is up and running. Queen's over at the 3rd base ready to defend it, and KiS is already going to take his 3rd as well. So I'm really enjoying this, watching by KiS as a Terran, hitting very nice timings on taking his 3rd base, letting his economy get set. But the problem is with a lot of links, he's got to be very careful for run-bys like last game. He doesn't have the 4 CCs like he did last game, so he's got to be very careful with his economy and how he handles it. But basically, looking at his main, he's adding on 4 additional barracks, so confirming that he's going to be going for more of a bio tank style Marine tank. Very popular style that we see from Terrans. Already 1-1 upgrades underway, and getting that armory underway as well. That way you can get his 2-2 started right away. Looking at the drone count, workers, 71 workers. LiveZerg are doing an amazing job droning up. 71 total workers for him, actually even bumping up to 75, and finally it looks like the worker production stopped compared to the 53 of KiS, but that should eventually catch up, and especially with the addition of mules, that should help out. LiveZerg are doing a great job sneaking by some lings down through the bottom side around that Xel'Naga tower. Going to get some scouting in, hits that tower. That Marine will not live, most likely. Bad chance it'll get back. Will get killed and holds the tower. Now on the backside, also LiveZerg is going to be able to get a nice scout of that 3rd, and finally able to get the Marines inside that bunker. So KiS doing a great style. I do like this too. If you Terrans are watching, make sure if you're going to put a bunker out like that next to an orbital, make sure to put some supply depots around it or some sort of structure. That way basically lings don't get a free run by or have a free run by at the bunker. Great job by KiS controlling right now, roasting some of these lings, trying to get nice some barbecue shots, definitely peeling off some of the health, but I don't think it was cost effective enough, especially with the controller. Should have tried to save them a little bit better. As we see, a lot of lings are out on the map. Total, to be exact, 36. And what happened to the... Oh, I guess he canceled the banelings. Thought it has some banelings and more thing, but he actually canceled them. As we see, 4th base getting taken by LiveZerg on the backside. Droned up very nicely. Infestation pit is done. Pathogen lands is already finished up. Hive is underway. Macro hatch getting popped up in the main bailing nest as well. I definitely like this right now by LiveZerg, putting up a couple spore crawlers on the edge of his main. That way no drops, no easy drops. Again, anytime you guys are watching StarCraft and you guys see somebody put turrets, cannons, spore crawlers, something of that nature, it's great defense, but it doesn't guarantee that it will stop a drop, especially with a lot of medevacs or a fast warp prism. It's not going to stop everything, but it will at least slow it down, potentially even pick off one of the medevacs or drops or whatnot that's going on for the player. But as we see, LiveZerg definitely is still droning up even harder. 88 total workers to the 78 of KiS, and now he's sitting very comfortably on 4 base. And infestors are out. Hive just finished up, getting adrenal glands finished up, getting the 2-2 finished up. And this could be huge right now for LiveZerg if KiS doesn't put on some sort of pressure on him. KiS could be in for a little bit of a rough game right now. How the metagame is with StarCraft and TVZ. Definitely Zergs are enjoying hitting that late game composition, hitting their Broodlords, hitting their Ultras. with the composition of Infestor and Link support, absolutely enormous. And look at that, guys. Look at the production, absolutely out of this world. Both players macroing up so hard right now, getting everything done. As we see the 2-2 and the Dreams for the Zerg player, more Links popping out, more Banes getting morphed, Infestor getting added on. Ultralisk Cavern about done, so it looks like LiveZerg is going to go with the same late game composition of Ultras. This could be huge. Good burrow Ling right there. Definitely not holding the tower, not giving away, but definitely lets LiveZerg know that there's a big army coming up from KiS moving up that flank, and huge run by coming from him on the backside over here. But this is going to be really hard to get into right here. This bunker is going to be really hard to get surface area on, and as we see, upgraded Marines are doing so much damage sitting in a bunker right now. Definitely holding off this run by on the meanwhile. In the natural, huge run by coming by. Look at the numbers right now, 24 total, 25, 27, 28, 29 total workers getting dropped. Eventually this will get cleared out, this Ling run by, as well as the one over here at the third base, but already a huge push coming up. On the other side of the map, we see KiS slow pushing him basically with 5 tanks. Looks like a good Marine Marauder ball, plus taking out some of the creep as well as much as he possibly can. Not sure if he's going to try to pull back, and oh, good catch by LiveZerg, catching him on siege. Drops a fungal, and again able to pick off a few more units right now. LiveZerg just looking so strong. 200 out of 200 supply. KiS definitely hurting right now. The economy not looking too well. His natural still cannot mine. Did he lose some more workers? Yes, he did. Down to total loss of 36, and this is huge. Finally getting that macro orbital, so he can recover eventually, but right now LiveZerg just looking so good with the 4 bases and the hive and the 2-2. I am surprised he hasn't started 3-3 yet with the gas numbers he does have, but it looks like he's just going to try to blow on through there. Great fungals by LiveZerg. Oh my god, able to catch so much of that army, making those ultras so cost effective. Beautiful work by LiveZerg. He will most likely lose some of these ultras, if not all of them. Going to get cleared out, but beautiful control right now by KiS. Able to slowly pick off everything, but fungals, oh no. Oh no, these fungals are going to be able to take out these medevacs. Eventually KiS is going to have to drop his units. There are just way too many fungals right now on the map. These infestors, 3 infestors, still have enough energy to drop them. And oh, that is just so sad. 6 medevacs getting dropped. Very rough to watch, and here we go, continually pushing through. Still has fungals available to himself, and KiS' supplies just starting to drop, and GG coming up. LiveZerg evening up the series 1-1.